Hi there, guys. This is from right. Good. So you saw your leader, your Canadian leader, Justin Trudeau, announcing better times in terms of prices for basic food, isn't it? Hey, guys, listen to me. I'm 56 old, and I I got a very huge slice of communism before 1989 here in Romania. So I have a lot of data, necessary data, enough data to analyze things happening on a planet in terms of communism and capitalism. Because, I was only 23 when I started to taste the so-called democracy implemented in Romania, in a former communist Romania. So what I see now to Justin Trudeau is communism. Yeah, don't let yourself be tricked. This is communism. This is intervention in the capitalism mechanisms. But the problem is that I do not believe in democracy. I do not believe in capitalism either, as I haven't believed in communism. Both systems are generated, built, constructed, fabricated by the guys who want to rule the world. So they created those systems to fight one to each other, to criticize one to each other. But in the middle, they are ordinary people suffering. So the guys believing in capitalism, like Justin Trudeau, they do not pray to their god, capitalism. I mean, they dropped their god at the corner, and they use now the communism tools and principles. That intervention chosen by the Trudeau administration is a pure communism attitude, and that's all. And we have to analyze why is this happening now, because Trudeau is trying to cover his huge, how can I say, gaffe? Gaffe is called, yeah, but it's not gaffe. It's a worldwide mistake that bothered a lot of people, including the Jews. I mean, clapping the hands, ovations for a Nazi guy in the main stage, political stage in Canada. And this measure now is a slapdash manner measure to cover this huge mistake. Anyway, Justin Trudeau, he is sinking himself. He's drowning. I don't know. I don't have enough data about what Klaus Schwab and WEF, because this is Justin Trudeau, a child of WEF. And when the guys from WEF decide that Justin Trudeau brings more bad image than good image for them, they drop him, and probably they will drop Emmanuel Macron in France, as they dropped that Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand, because they are products of WEF. So, don't believe in communism. Don't believe in capitalism. Both are meant to suspend, to cancel the human soul, the human faith. Everything is human in a human being. They cancel it. Communism is canceling your opinion and you're free to choose. And capitalism is crowding you with activities in the name of a fake god, is profit. Profit, 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 and efficiency. And people die in both systems, being loaded with a lot of activities and things, ideologies that have nothing in common with the human being status. All right? This is my point of view on this. This is my point of view on this matter with Justin Trudeau. In the same time, I have to mention that, as Tucker Carlson said, let's say 1 year ago, when he was still on Fox News, the world is collapsing in real time. Please have a look at what is happening on a planet, on the various departments of the planet. I mean, the nature, what the nature does, floods. In Arabia, we find snow and hail. Everywhere in the world, we find hurricanes and floods and earthquakes. Then wars, a lot of wars. I mean, Ukraine is only one of those wars. People are shouting. It's a vacuum. It's a huge noise regarding the threatening of wars. China is preparing for taking its territory called Taiwan. United States is not very pleased with it, and we have a war at the horizon. So nothing is good for the ordinary people on the planet. And the last thing you should applaud in your country is an offer from a toxic politician like Justin Trudeau, offering you fruits and groceries and basic foods at better prices. You are bribed. You are being bribed in this very moment by a toxic politician. No. Don't be this. It shouldn't be like that. We are human beings with brains, with souls. We are smart people. We shouldn't be let ourselves bribed by such I don't have a word to describe this guy. I mean, literature is too poor to describe such a non-human being. Yeah. So, my guys, just punish the lie. Just punish the bad attitude. Just punish you apply a punishment to those people who are attacking your families, attacking your lives. And one of those people is Justin Trudeau, his administration, and everyone in charge over there supporting this toxic politician. Yeah. Nobody on the planet will be able to help you. Not Venezuela, not China, not Australia, not Romania. No. Your fate is in your hands. So if you don't make faster steps to save yourself, you'll be caught in a camp under the sky, electronic camp and economic camp. So I don't see any exit for you if you don't act now. So this is from, and I wish you all the best. And think about that, all right?
The Ceausescus were accused of killing thousands of people during the revolution and in the years before.
And now, here's our story, the Romanian story of a similar event. I mean, in December 1989, I was, let's say, 22, 23, when Nicolae Ceausescu felt he was betrayed by his security mechanism, and he felt that the population was outraged about his family, his behavior. He went in a public square and he prepared a speech, and in this speech he's been advised to offer the population 100 lei salary raising. Probably for some people in Romania, 100 lei at those times, very difficult times, was a significant raise. But listen, this promise, Ceausescu's promise, enraged the population more and more. So it didn't take too long, and Ceausescu took off with a helicopter from the building he had the speech, and he has been dropped on the field, on the agricultural field, close to a certain city, northern Bucharest. Practically, he was abandoned by the pilots and the crew. And then there was a car picking them up, him and his wife, and they've been they went to a military unit in that northern city, and there they've been judged on fast forward and executed with bullets. Yes, that happened in the recent history of the mankind with a guy who promised something not very significant, trying to cover a bigger problem. So just remember this. What happens in those two events, I mean, the running event, that means the war in Ukraine, and this event on the political stage in Canada with that Nazi ovation, is a mixture of schizophrenic, anti-historic lies. Guys, in Ukraine, those guys, they are not Nazi. Because after the so-called Holocaust with Auschwitz and Dachau, the Jews did everything necessary to erase, to delete, to terminate Nazi on the planet. And somehow they managed. I mean, if there are some Nazi over here and over there, they are Nazi in their families, in their homes. They are not organized anymore. So the Azov battalion in Ukraine couldn't be a Nazi, a real Nazi organization, and they are pet by a Jewish president, because Zelensky is a Jewish president. So when you are a Jewish president in Ukraine, you don't pet a Nazi organization. Of course, Vladimir Putin stated that Azov is Nazi. Yes, but is Nazi as attitude, as I don't know, habits. But they are not connected to those Nazis in Germany, because Nazi in Germany has been born as a reaction to Germany being sucked by the traders, Jewish traders, who sucked the economy, German economy. So Germany became ruined by the Jews, and somehow it appeared an organization, Nazi, with Hitler, as a reaction. And it followed what it followed. The history we somehow know. But saying that Azov is a Nazi battalion like the Nazi in after 1945, that is crazy, it's schizophrenic. In the same time, a Jewish president, Ukrainian president, is praising and ovationing a Nazi in the Canadian Parliament. Isn't that schizophrenic? And now what is following? The following is that the Jewish organizations protested by these ovations in the Canadian Parliament to a so-called Nazi. But they are not bothered at all by the Azov battalion in Ukraine. They support Ukraine against Russia because Jews, they hate Russia being an Orthodox country, a Christian Orthodox country. So Jews, they have to choose between supporting a so-called Nazi battalion in Ukraine and condemning a Nazi ovation in the Canadian Parliament. Isn't that schizophrenic? Where is the truth over here? Nowhere is the truth over here. It's just an interest. Interest is to terminate Russia. Yes, is to terminate Russia as a player in the world. So, having this goal, this purpose, the Jews admit to support so-called Nazi in Ukraine, but they had they have nothing, they are in the position of condemning Zelensky, who is Jewish, being part of ovations for a Nazi in the Canadian Parliament. Yes, I know you are completely puzzled and confused. This is right. That means you are still alive if you are puzzled and confused, because everything is completely crazy. Everything is completely crazy.